This is Lee with 82 Gaming 12, back on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. We are doing a simulation of fighting formations, Grossdeutschland's division's battle for Kharkov, GMT Games 2018. The system was designed by Chad Jensen and Kaya Jensen. This module, or expansion, what it's called, game expansion, was designed by Brian R. Van Nortwick. So you need the original fighting formations, Grossdeutschland Motorized Infantry Division, in order to play the battle for Kharkov. We are starting turn 10. We've done all of the preliminary activities, and so we're ready to get started. Let's see, did this turn off? No, it didn't. There we go. The initiative token is on the Soviet side at number 2. Now, on the board, the map, the Germans have captured one objective, and they're in the process of moving against this one. Now, the Soviets have rallied some of their units. These T-34-76Cs have rallied, and they are going to need to try to do something, whether they attempt to retake this with the rifle unit they have there, or they do something else. They have some commands that they can lay down now. Mission commands, which will allow them to activate units without additional initiative cost. And so the Russians have to decide what they're going to do here. The Germans also have 2 available mission command tokens. And um, looking at assault, that there's not going to work. I'll have to bring my other light over. So we look at assault, move and fire with activated units. So primitive speed is halved, may spend one movement point to fire once. Minus 1d, that's die strength, if direct fire. Now, units that are immobilized don't have any movement points to use. So I guess units that are immobilized are not able to do the assault order. So with those, you actually have to do a fire or just rely on them to opportunity fire and reaction fire. So that's something to think about. They have a T-34 that's immobilized. But we want to think assault because we want to attempt to get this objective back. And so we could fire into this unit, try to get it to be removed, to remove it, and then just move our rifle unit in there to reclaim that. But the other thing that they need is they need to acquire asset cards to use with these tanks to get that APCR ammo to be able to knock out these tigers. And take away that firepower that they have. Now, if we look at other areas of the map, way over here, we've got a rifle squad that's in, no, it's a machine gun squad in this building objective. And we've got a grenadier platoon ready to pounce on them. So the other thing is I've got some units that are needing to be rallied. I've got these two units here. We've got Maxim machine gun there, squad, and then we have a rifle squad there. But also have, let's back up. I've got a rifle squad, Maxim machine gun squad, and a submachine gun squad that need to move up to help support these units that are trying to hold down these objective hexes. And that's what this whole scenario comes down to, is who controls more of these objective hexes. And there's actually one right here that I didn't put a control marker on. I forgot about that one. I didn't even see that one. I guess because of this other colored here where the the Soviet reinforcements could come in at. But that there is an objective hex. Right there. So I need to put, that's an easy one for the Germans to grab hold of. So I think they're going to do an assault. So they're going to do the assault, which is 7. So we move the peg here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 5. I need to put a piece of tape on that. Keep that down. Let's see, I might have some here somewhere. Should have some right in here. But I don't see any. Let's see if this will work. No, that ain't gonna work. I gotta have just regular tape. I don't have to worry about that later. All right. So we've got an assault. Now we have to figure out who who all's gonna do the assaulting. So we've got this mission control, and we're going to put it down. Guess I'll put it with that tank. Well, I'll tell you what, if I put it with this tank, yeah, that's what I'll do. Put it with that one. And we've got one more here that I'm going to put right here with this. Well, I'll put it back here with these guys. So that means we're going to flip this unit over, this unit over, this tank over, this unit over, both of these guys. Okay, so that's not costing us anything extra. But now we look across here and we're thinking, well, we're going to flip this one over. That's going to cost 2, so now we're at 7. Okay, and we're going to flip this one up. Oh no, not that one. Well, yeah, we want to flip this submachine gun over so he can try to do something to these this grenadier unit here. So that's 2 more, so they're at 9 now. All right, let's get started. So here, this tank's going to turn like so, and then they're firing. And there's not anyone that has, well, wait a minute. Yeah, the Germans do have. Okay. So I've got this heavy anti-tank rifle, and it says reaction, but it says play during any order. But I don't know if the reaction, I was going to look that up to see if that card has to be used. Let's see. So no, it doesn't. It just says when this asset is played. So it can be played at any time, during any order. So now when you play the asset card, it's going to cost initiative. So But this unit here is within 3 hexes. So is this unit. So it would only cost 1 initiative. But, of course, they want to fire it. We're going to use this unit up here. This unit here is going to fire at this unit right here. And he's firing into his flank. So this T-34 is using the 17. So this card has a strength of 14. Okay. And so we're rolling 10s with a hindrance of 1. Oh, we rolled a 10 and a 1. Well, wasted that card. No effect. All right, so going back to this tank here, they're firing into this building here against this grenadier unit. So that grenadier unit, since it's in the building, it's going to get cover of 4. The tank gets to go up to 12s because they're adjacent. I can roll these. And rolled a 14. So the 14 is added to the 13. So that's 27. And the defender rolled a 16. Plus 4 is 20. So that's 32. So no effect. But I didn't, they should have been rolling 10s, not 12s, because of the assault. When you do an assault, you lose firepower. You have to go down dice strength. So it should have went down to 8s and then went back up to 10s due to being adjacent. So they missed anyways. So, all right, so that unit could continue to move. So they have a total of 7 movement. So I think they're going to move over here. So they I don't know that there's a cost to actually pivot in a hex. But when you do pivot, of course, that's movement. So you can be fired on. So I don't think there's a cost to actually pivot. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, so one movement point for stationary pivot. Free adjacent pivot when entering a hex. Okay, so that cost them 1 to do the pivot. And if you're wondering where that's at, okay, it's right here on the bottom of the terrain chart, movement chart, right there. Gun and vehicle, one movement point for stationary pivot. All right. So that was 1. Then they fired, that's 2. Then 3, 4, 5, right there. Well, 5, they want to get away from this. 5, 6, just like that. Ooh, didn't see all of that, did you? Let's do that again. So 1 to pivot, 1 to fire, that's 2, 3, okay, 4, 4. Now this tiger can turn and fire. So that's where they were at. And so they've used 4 so far. All right. And so now this tiger, okay, can fire, and they will. So the tiger's going to fire. They've got a 24, but since they do have a loose arc, that circle there means they have a loose arc, which means they can pivot. They've got a turret. But when they do, it costs strength, dice strength. So instead of rolling 10s, they've got to roll 8s. And the hindrance is 1. And they rolled a 3 and a 2. And the defender rolled a 6 and a 1. So that's a 5 against a 7. And since their defensive strength is higher than the offensive strength, that's a miss. Plus, they have a rate of fire of 4, and I rolled a 2 and a 3. So they're done firing during this order. All right. So 4, 5, 6. And they're going to stop right there. All right, so they're finished. Now let's go back over here. And so this rifle unit is going to fire against that grenadier. And he's adjacent. So he gets to roll 12s, but it's going to go back down to 10s due to the fact that he's moving and firing. Okay. And hindrance is 1. I rolled a 6 and a 2, which is 8. So 8 and 8 is 16. And the grenadier has a 12 in that building, plus 4 is 16. So don't have to roll. Well, that didn't quite work out the way we wanted. And so now this unit is just going to move over here and flip over and be done. And now we've got this tank here. Well, tell you what, I'm going to use this tank here first. Oh, no, he can't. He's immobilized, that's right. So we do have to go. We're going to go with this tank firing against these units here in the woods. And they're firing high explosive, or they've got to use the 13, or they could be using their submachine guns. But anyways, whatever it is, they're firing at a morale unit. So they're adjacent, go up to 12s, but then the assault, they have to go down 1 die strength. So they go back to 10s. And they're in the woods. I rolled an 8. Okay, 8, that's 21. Woods gives cover of 2. So 21. And they rolled an 18, so there's no effect there. All right, so now let's move over here. At these units. All right, so that rifle unit is going to fire at these grenadiers. So they've got to go down to 8s. And they've got a range of 2. They're out in the open, hindrance of 1. Got a 9. So 17. Defense, minus 1. They rolled an 8, that's 20. So no effect. And they can move 2 more. But this grenadier can fire back, and they do. So the grenadier's firing here. Hindrance will be I guess it's just 1. They rolled a 6. That's going to take care of their rate of fire. So the 21. And rifle unit defense rolled a 10. But they get woods plus 2. So that's 12. 22. So they're okay. This grenadier unit is spent. This unit can't fire that far. So they're going to go 1, 1, 2, 3. That's 2 movement points. And this unit's going to fire. This grenadier unit is going to fire. They have a range of 3. 10, that's 25. That rifle unit, minus 1. 10, okay. So they take a hit. And they're going to be pinned. So they can't move any further. All right. So now we go to these units. Woods, both cost 2. Going up a hill, that's 3. So these 2 units will move to here, and then they're having to stop. That's these units. They were here, and they just moved up the hill into those woods. So they didn't get the fire. All right, so now we move across here. This unit here, firing into this unit, who can't fire back. Okay, so they're adjacent, but since it's an assault, they've got to give up fire strength. So they go up to 12s, go back down to 10s, and rough is a hindrance of 2. Okay, a 13, so 21. Grenadier rough is cover 1. So 9, 10 would be 22. So no effect. Okay, so they spent 1. And then they just go to here. 1, 2, 3. That's as far as they can go. They only had, wait a minute, they only had a movement of 5. So really they can only go to here. Okay, so they're done. All right. Then over here, submachine gun units firing into the woods here. So they're adjacent. Go up to 12s, back down to 10s because of an assault. 11, that's 20. The Grenadier gets +2. So they're at 14. And 11, that's let's see. 11, oh yeah, 14, that's 25, so. No effect. And of course, they're not going to move anywhere. All right, so that's all of that order. That's spent. So then we come over to here. And this got moved. I'm gonna have to find some tape. Okay, so I got my tape, but I needed to adjust for reaction fire, opportunity fire. So this was at 9, and it got moved to 7 due to the fire from the Tiger. And then we had this unit here that fired, so we'd move it down to 6. They were within range of this unit. And then we had this unit fired, so we'd move it to 5. And we didn't have this unit here fire. That Tiger was spent, so it couldn't do anything else. We didn't have anybody to fire over here, but this grenadier unit here could have fired back at that submachine gun. But if they did, it would cost 2. But they would like to take that. So that would have cost 2 more. So that's actually puts it at 3. Okay. So that, for some reason, the reflection just hits it just right. Well, this one doesn't. I don't know what the deal is. So we're on the German side of the initiative track at 3. And the Germans would like to perform an advance and move their infantry in to these 2 locations. But first, they're going to just I think they're going to do a move. That's going to give the Soviets the initiative back, but tell you what, they're going to do an asset first. So they're going to take the asset. So they've got 2 mortar batteries and a medium battery. So if you look, oh, there we go. So we've got a mortar battery and a medium battery. Medium battery is actually better. Yeah, okay, so they're going to do a medium battery. That's what they're going to do. So and the medium battery is going to be directed we're going to direct it right there. So here's the grid, and we roll a 20-sided die. Oh, we got a 4. Okay, so 4 is going to send it that direction. 1, 2, 3. So let's move this over here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. So it's going to attack that unit right there. So this unit that was siding, that cost a point, because they're a tactical command and they actually rain down on themselves. So 2-20s. And so we've got a 10 and an 18. That's 28 against a unit with a 12 morale. All they need is 15. So that unit is destroyed. A grenadier unit. It's a squad. I don't think that mission control, I think it's just, the tactical control, I think it's just left there. So they can't be hit by fire. All right, so that didn't work out for the Germans. They killed their own guys. All right, plus they used 2 initiative to do it. And so now they're sitting at 2. They're going to do a move. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so here we go. We're going to put a command marker on that unit. So they're going to move. This unit is going to move. This guy's going to move. 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 And to keep from having to pay a bunch of stuff, they're going to put this on that guy. This thing just stays there. And we're going to move this guy. That's going to cost 1, so now they're at 2. And we're going to move this guy. That's going to cost 2. 1, 2. So now we're there at 4. So now we're going to do the move. Spent. We're going to move this one. That's only going to cost 1. So now they're at 5. So I'm going to move this one first. So it's going to move to there. All right. This unit here can fire at him. Oops. So he's moved 1. All right. So this unit that's immobilized has 12. That's out of his front. So he can fire 10s. Hindrance of only 1. He rolled a 6 and a 1. So he's going to be spent for spent. Now we have this unit here can fire. He, I think, would want to wait. That didn't cost any initiative because this 0 command, he's within 2. So he'll go ahead and fire. He'll have to roll 8s though because he's firing into his flank. So hindrance of 1. Okay, so rolled 13. So 12 and 13, that's 25. And the grenadier has to subtract 1 because he's in the open moving, so that's -1. So he's at 11, rolled an 11. So he's going to take a hit. He's broken and can't move or fire, so he's done. Right there. Okay. And then we can fire with this rifle unit. Right there. So he would, his range is 2, but that's the range of 3, so he'll have to roll 8s. Oh, he rolled an 8 and a 1. Okay, so fire's lost plus he's spent. All right. And none of that cost any initiative because there's a 0 there. Next. So the next unit to move is this grenadier, and he moves to here with that Well, that cost 1. Now this unit he's firing down that edge. So if you look at line of sight, so you use a string stretching taut between the center dot within the sighter's hex and the center dot of the target's hex if the string touches the physical depiction of the terrain. So I use a ruler. So it does not. So this tank can fire on this grenadier platoon. All right, so they have a strength of 12. They're rolling 10s. 7 and a 1. The 1 is the base hindrance, so not only that, but they're spent, because a 1 is going to cause a spent, besides a miss in opportunity fire. This unit can fire. Same thing. They're firing 10s. 5 and a 3. So they're going to be spent. But that's 8. That's 20. Woods is a +2. 9, 10, 11. That's going to be 22, so no effect. But it costs 2 to get in those woods. So, okay. So that's 2. Oops. They go 3, 4. Let's see, this unit here could fire. Right here. So that's 1, 2, 3. So they're going to be rolling 8s. Hindrance of 2. So we rolled a 5. That's going to be 16. Defense rolled a 12. That's going to be a miss, and also that unit spent. All right, so they went 4, and then 5, 6. So they go right there. Now this unit that's entrenched fires. Okay, they get to go up to 12s because they waited until the unit got adjacent. Hindrance is 2 because of the rough. Okay, they rolled an 8, 21, and the grenadier, the rough is a cover of 1, so they're at 13, and a 9, that's 22, so no effect. All right, so we can flip them over, but let's see here. For this unit to fire, it costs 2. 1, 2, so we're at 3 now. This unit to fire costs 2. 1, 2, so we're at the Soviet 1 initiative. This has gone with him. So now this tank here is free to turn here and then move to here. And flip it over. This Grenadier unit is free. Let's see. Yeah, this got spent because he rolled a 3, and he has rate of fire 4. All right, so this unit here is moving 1, 2, 3, 4. So he moves to there. And let's see here. If he wanted to fire at that unit there, he could. So when he was here, this max machine gun unit could fire. It's a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he has, it's going to cost him 2. It would give the Germans another order. But it could possibly keep them out of that, well, yeah, could possibly keep them out of that objective. So they're going to go ahead and do it. They're rolling 10s. That unit's in the open. They rolled a 9. They're going to be spent. Nine and 8, 17. They're at 12 minus 1 for running or moving in the open. 11. Seven. 17. Oh, they rolled a 14, so they missed. So this unit didn't make it here. That cost them 2. And now I want to move this unit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these other units not nobody to fire at them. So we're going to move this guy 1, 2, 3. He's going underneath that. Of course, flip him over. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, 1, 2. That's it. Go back. Okay, so the initiative was on the German side again. So they're going to be able to pick something and go with it. So we'll come back with that. And the Germans now have 2 objectives. 2 out of the 5. So they've got to capture 1 more to actually win the scenario. And they're in a position to put a lot of pressure on this one. And then they'd have to hold against any kind of counterattacks. So we'll have to wait to see what the Germans decide to do here. Well, we could go ahead and just let them pick something here. We got sniper. Let's see. Well, we've got assault. We've got advance. They would probably like to do the advance. They could. They've got plenty of these cards. So, asset cards to use to extend their range. They could also do a rally. You got a lot of units out there that could be rallied. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to use this 5 here to rally. So they're going to move it down here, but it's going to cost 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we're going to rally. Okay, to rally that unit, that's going to cost 2. It's only a squad, but that doesn't matter. Well, okay, that's Russian. So, okay, that's 2. 1, 2, puts it to 6. This guy here, we'll put it to 8. I'm going to go ahead and try to rally this tank. That's going to cost 1. It's at 9. Okay, over here, this one would only be 0. All right. This one here will be 0. This one here will be 0. Oops. This one over here will be 0. He's within 3. Those are Russian. That one way up there, we could do it. Way up here. That would cost 2. Why not? So that puts it at 11. Okay. So let's do that one first. Okay. So it's 12. So he's just going to be rolling 2 10s. He's not in cover. I rolled a 19. So there we go. Okay, next. We go right there. So we go to this unit. Okay. Now he's in cover. So we go up to 12s. And a 16. No. We don't do that one. That's a Russian Soviet unit. We do this one here. And he's not in cover. So we have to do 10s. And let's see, he's not stacked. Okay. 5, so no, he doesn't recover. Okay. So we can see quite a few of these here. All right, we'll go with this one. Here. He's in cover. I rolled a 17, so he recovers. Go here. He's in cover. It's 14, so he recovers. This unit, he's in cover. 12. All right. Now this tank here, they're rolling 10s. And they've got to get a 16. If they don't, they're destroyed. Because they have a red number. Oh, a 14. Okay, so they're gone. They weren't doing anything anyways. Let's see. Okay, we've got a couple of more over here. Let's go with the one on the top here. It just needs a 12, and they're in the open. They're just rolling 8, so they don't recover. And now this one down here is in cover. They need a 14 or higher. And they got a 19, so they recover. This one doesn't. Okay, so that was very beneficial for the Germans to be able to recover all of those units. Even though it gave the Soviets 11 initiative to work with. We'll have to see what the Soviets decide to do with that. So they're at 11, and they're going to take an asset division support here and draw cards, 3. So they get demolitions, and that's not any good because they don't have any engineers. Same thing with this smoke card. So they want to use that for other things, like for their APCR ammo. Okay. All right, then they get a mortar battery. And the other one is a fighter bomber. So they flip the air support marker to the Soviet side, or if already on the Soviet side, conduct 2 consecutive aircraft barrages. So that's something they may want to use. But so that's gone. And we move this from 11 down to 1. Now they get another order, which they could draw 3 more cards, or I think what they want to do is they want to pull this 7, and they want to bring it down here and fire. So it's going to cost them 7 to fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it goes to the German side at number 6. So now we want to look out here and determine who's going to fire. See, this unit must be pointing that way. I think they were like that. All right, so we want to fire. This isn't going to cost us anything. So we're going to fire with this unit, probably there. This unit's going to fire. It's not going to cost us anything. This unit can fire. Won't cost anything within 2 hexes there, or 2 hexes of this unit. Yeah, I might as well fire with this unit. But won't cost anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're within range. I'm going to fire with this one. That's going to cost 2. 1, 2. So it's up to 8. And I think that's it. Don't want to give them any more than we possibly could. So let's start with this down here. And oops, that's at 8. And we're going to use one of these cards, Demolitions card here, right here, to give that T-34 APCR ammo. And they're firing at this T-30, this Tiger. So with that APCR ammo, range 1 is +8. So they got 13 plus 8 is 21. And they go up to 12s because they're adjacent. Hindrance of 1. Oh, they rolled a 1. Believe that? Wow. Okay, and the Tiger can fire back. And the Tiger gets 12s. Okay, the Tiger rolled a 1, so they're going to be spent. But there we go. So that one's done. Didn't help that much. Okay. This rifle unit. Tell you what, let's use this tank first. He's going to fire here. So that's his front hex. So he's firing 10s. Rolled a 19. That's going to be 32. Okay, that Grenadier gets +4, so he's at 16. And he rolled a 16, which is 32. So, and we don't have anybody that can fire back, I don't think. No. So, that ends that tank's attempt. Now this rifle unit is firing here. He can roll 12s. And he rolled an 11. So that's 19. And the Grenadier goes +4, 16, and 9 is 25, so no effect. Now that Grenadier can fire back. Okay, he gets to roll 12s. Okay, he rolled a 14. Let's see, it's going to be spent. Rolled a 14, that's 24. Rifle unit is in rough. That's cover of 1. So he's at 11 plus 17 is 28. Okay, so no effect. That's over. Okay, this tank is firing there at those guys. They're in the open. Hindrance of 1. I rolled an 8. That's 21. Defense. Well, he's not moving though. Stationary. It's just straight up. So 21, 12, 24, so no effect. Okay. Nobody can fire back at that tank. No one's in range. Alright, that Maxim machine gun is firing here. He's in the rough. Range of 5. Hindrance of 2. He rolled an 8. That's 16. 13. Okay, no effect. Now he could fire back. Okay. Now, we had a fire back there that cost 2. And then we had, that unit didn't cost anything to fire back. I mean, nobody else fired back there. This unit did down here. That cost 2. So yeah, they're going to stop. That's it. That's all we got. So now it's back to the Germans. And so we're sitting at 2 here. We've got a 7, 8, and 2 10s. I think they're going to pick the 7. Oops. 7. And we're going to bring it all the way down to fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And now we come back to see who's going to fire. We want to fire with both of these guys. So that cost us 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at 8. Okay. Here we fire with this unit. That cost 1. 1 here because he's within range. So now we're at 10. And then over here won't cost anything for that guy to fire or this guy. And this guy can actually fire over there. So we can turn him over. Won't cost anything. Okay. let's get to firing. So this Grenadier unit is going to fire here. So he's in the open. It's going to be 10s. Hindrance is 1. No, actually 2 because of this rough. Okay, rolled a 9. That's 19. Defense 12 and 11. 23. So no effect. Now he can afford, he could fire back with that unit, but it would cost 2. So yeah, he's going to fire back. 1, 2, brings it down to 8 units in rough. Okay, he rolled a 14. That's 22. He gets plus 1. 9 is 21. So yeah, he's got to take. Pen marker. What's it doing in there? Okay, so he takes a pen marker. Next, this unit's firing there. It's going to be a hindrance of 2. Rolled an 18, so that's going to be 33. Defense 12. That's going to be a hit. I rolled a 13. That's only a 25. Suppressed, so he can't fire now, which means he can't fire back. Okay, now this unit is firing over here, and that unit is going to have cover of 3, range is 3, hindrance is 2. 14, that's 24. He's got 14, and 8 is 22. So he's going to take a hit. Shaken. Now, if he fires back, it's going to cost. So I think he'll wait and use his return fire on this guy. Okay. So now he's firing here. He gets to roll 12s. All right, so he rolled a 12. That's 27. He rolled a 10 plus 3, 24. So he takes another hit and he's just eliminated. Well, not completely, because he's it eliminates one unit here, and we bring in, so it eliminates 1. Just put that back over there. Bring 2 of these guys in with 1 is shaken. I believe. Let me check that. I believe that's what happens. Once somebody's got to take that. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that's melee. We're not talking about melee. Okay, so hit result. Uh, 331. Let me go back to 33. Let's see, 3.31. That's going to be way back up here. Okay. So when a platoon is eliminated, it is replaced in sex with 2 squads. The owing player places the hit marker that was on the platoon on one of the replacement squads. Okay, that's what I thought. So I did that right. So they can return fire, but it's only going to be one of them. So they do get 12s. They have a strength of 8. They rolled 1, so they're spent. At least that one is. All right. So we're done there. Now we go to here. So this tiger gets to roll 12s. All right, a 20, 21. 21. That's going to be a 46. But, let's see. Okay, so 21. Okay. The defender rolled an 18. -1 is 17. So that's 4 difference. So that is a hit on that T-34. And rattled is what they've got. And that means they can fire back. And they're going to use one of these, this smoke screen, okay, to fire back. Now it's going to cost them 2. 2 initiative. They get to fire back. Now they're using an APCR ammo. That's +8. So they've got a 20 strength. They get to roll 12s. Oh, they rolled a 1 though, so they missed. Okay. All right. Then over here, we've got, oops, what's going on here? Take off on me. All right, this grenadier is going to fire at this rifle squad. They're adjacent. They rolled 12s. The hindrance is 2. They rolled a 15. So that's 25. Defense gets +1. They're 12 +14. see, how does that? Oh, 10, 10, 10 and 15 is 25. They've got 12 plus 14 is 26. So no effect. And then they get to fire back with 12 D12s. The Grenadier is in a building, so that's plus 4 for them. So 19. That puts it at 27 for the attack. And they've got 6. So they get plus 4 for being in the building. Okay, and they've got 12. This is 6 and 4, that's 10. So they've got 22. But over here, let's see what they've got. So that's 22. They've got 8 and 12. That's 20 plus 27. So they got to take a hit. And they're just shaking. Okay. So now this Grenadier unit is firing here at this rifle. They can fire 12s. Hindrance of 2. They rolled a 15. And defense rolled a 9. Plus 1, 10, 21 to 25. So they take a hit. They're shaking. But they can fire back. And they do. Didn't cost them anything. They rolled a 10. So 18. They've got 11 plus 12, so a miss. And they'd be spent, but that's the last. That's the last fire. So okay. Move these spent markers. Shaking. Okay. All right, they're sitting at 6. Soviets. So they want to see. I guess they might as well just draw asset cards. That's what they're going to need. The other thing is they're going to need to rally units. So Uh, Germans only have that one Tiger counter left. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, they're going to do a move. They're going to use this 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Puts in the German 2. Okay, and then they're going to bring this back down here to move. Okay. And so now, who are we going to move? All right, so we've got these guys. They want to move. Okay. These guys want to move. This guy can't move, neither can that guy. And we've got this guy wants to move. That costs 2. Moves the Germans to number 4. This guy he wants to move. That costs 2. We're going to move. We're going to move this guy. That costs 2. 1, 2. Okay, that's it. So let's start with the guy that's way over here. There. No, he's over there. There he is. All right. So that cost 2 to do that. So he can move 6. So 1. So that's 1. And then 2. 3. Moves 3. And then he's going to move into there. That's 4, 5. So he's moved 5. And the Germans we're going to fire at this unit. Okay, they're adjacent, so they can fire 12s. Okay. Woods will give a cover of 2. We have a base hindrance of 1. All right, he rolled a 19. It's probably going to end up being a hit because he only rolled an 8. So even with the +2, that's 20. He's at 15 and 19. That's 34. So they're going to take a hit, and it's broken. So they're both can't move or fire. Okay. All right, that one's finished. Then we have this unit. Okay. So they can move 5. So, oops. They're going to move, 1, 2, 3. Turns that over. That's wire. 3, 4, 5, and they're done. And this grenadier unit can fire at them. It's going to cost 2. So we're at 6, so we're just going to take it down to 4. And they're going to use a card, demolitions, to give them extended range. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can roll 10s. They rolled an 8. That's going to be 23. That's going to cause them to be spent. Defense, 6. -1. 11 and 17. So that's going to be a hit. Shaken. Oh, it's gonna wipe it out. It already had a marker on it. So that's all of that unit. Okay. Next, we've got this machine gun unit here, and they're going to move back into these woods over here. That's what they're going to do. And this grenadier is going to shoot at him. Hindrance will be 2 because he's firing through that rough. Range is 3. So he rolled a 12. So he'll be spent. Okay. So there was 12 there. He gets +2 for woods. He rolled a 7. +2, 9, so that's 20. He's done. So he's another unit that just got wiped out. Okay. And so now we go across here. We've got these two units. They're going to go this way. So 1, 2, 3. So he goes to there. Pull back just a little. That's where it came from. So he's used 3. 1, 2, 3. And this unit can fire at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he'd be rolling 8s. Okay. It's going to cost 1. Initiative. All right, so he rolled a 9. Okay, so that's 24. Submachine gun moving in the open. -1 is 9, and he rolled a 14. That's 23. So he takes a hit. Shaken, so you can keep moving. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this unit, he can also fire. On this target. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to be rolling 8s. Hindrance of 2. All right, a 15. Rolled a 15. That's 25. And he rolled a 13. And he's in the open. So that becomes 12. So that's 22. So he takes another hit and he's destroyed. So he's wiped out. Okay. So now this unit is going to go 1, 2. This unit 1, 2, 3, 4 uses a card. Command and control. I'm gonna hold that one. Counter battery card. Extends his range. So he's got a range of 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So he's rolling 10s. He's in woods. Okay, 15. Okay. So he's got 15. Defense +2 for woods. All right, he rolled an 11. That's 22, becomes 24. But he's got 30. So that he has to take a hit. And he's broken. So he's not going anywhere else. could have this guy over here fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, we got a range of 2. But if we use a card, he would have a extended range of 3, and he would be rolling 8s. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so now we have this tank right here that's going to move. And the only unit that can fire at him is this tiger. So he's got a movement of 15. So 1, 2. Now he gets right there. He's got this going with him. Okay, so he's moved 2. This tiger can fire at him. Now it's not in his, it's going to be in his flank. It's kind of in between. Here's his front. That right there, here, and over here. So he'd have to be rolling 8s. But that unit, he could try. Okay. Thing is, if he waits, he could be firing into his flank. So, okay, that unit goes there. So now he's moved 3. Okay. And he's trying to get around behind this tiger. So now he's got to fire from his flank. If he lets it keep going to there, but of course this unit can turn. Let's see. I think he'd be in a flank. Maybe not. All right, so yeah, that's going through his flank, not his front. So, but this unit, okay, he's got to be rolling 8s because he's firing out of his own flank, his flank into his flank. Okay. And we've got a hindrance of 2 because of the rough terrain. Oh, we don't roll 12s, we roll 10s. We're rolling 8s. All right, so we've got 13 here. And the defense rolled an 8. So he's got to use the 17. Let's close up on it. So this tiger's rolling, got 24. The T-34, because he's being fired into his flank, he's got to use the 17. So 17 and 8 is 25. Minus 1 for moving in the open. So 24. So that's going to be a hit. And it is panicked. So he can't fire, but he can keep moving. All right. So then he goes here and turns. So now he's moved 1, 2, 3, 4. Moved a total of 4. And this tiger can fire at him again. He's firing 8s. So now he's firing into the T-34 front. So Standard's still 2 through the rough. Okay, so we got 14 and we've got 10 for the T-34. So 14, that's 40. Okay, over here. And over here we got 10 minus 1 is 9. That's 35. So this tank is destroyed. They lose that T-34. So all they have left is this T-34 here that's right in front of the Tiger. Well, they do have that one more over there, this one, immobilized. So they may have to try to rally that one. So return fire is only during an enemy fire order. So you don't get to return fire during your opponent's or after your opponent's opportunity fire. There's a lot of strategy involved with deciding okay, so they fired again. Yeah. Okay, so we're at 3 initiative for the Germans. And we can remove this spent marker here and this one over here. All right. So we've got 2 division support cubes. So more than likely we're going to have 10, so we might as well move this 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's at 7 now. And now we can decide what they want to do. They've got 3 asset cards. They'd really like to be able just to, to fire and be able to eliminate some units. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring this down and fire. So they're going to use it to fire. Okay, so let's go across here and find out who's firing, how much it's going to cost. So we're going to fire with this unit. That costs 2. So now we moves it to 9. 9 for the Soviets initiative track. Okay. We're going to fire this Tiger. That's going to cost 1, so that's 10. Okay, we're going to fire this Grenadier unit here. That's going to cost 1, so now they're at 11. And then we look across here. We can fire this unit. It won't cost anything. We can fire this unit. Won't cost anything. This unit here, we're going to fire this one. It won't cost anything. Well, we'll go ahead and fire here this unit. That'll cost 2 more. So they're at 13. So let's do that first. All right, so we're going to fire here to here. And it goes up to 12s because adjacent. Firing into woods, building, that's +4 for the defense. Rolled a 1, so that's all of that. Now he could return fire, and he might as well, because it's going to cost, it's going to cost 2. So he's going to return fire. He gets to roll 12s. Ooh, we rolled a 23. That's going to be 32. And he has 6 and 2. So he's going to take a hit. And he's suppressed. Can't fire anymore. Okay. That unit. Now this machine gun unit is going to fire over there. We'll be rolling 10s. Range 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a range of 6, so 7 and 7's 14. So he's got 28. Submachine gun has 11 plus 4, so that's 15, and 8, so he's going to take a hit. And he's suppressed, so he won't be able to return fire, even if he wanted to. Okay, that unit's finished. This unit here is going to fire. I had him underneath there, I didn't see him. All right, so he's going to fire at these guys over here. All right, he's got a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, but if we use a card, let's use this command and control card. So that puts us at regular range. Oh, an 18. So 18. So 18, that's going to be 33. And they have, well, both of these units will have to roll to get hit. Let's go with this one first that's shaken. He's in that trenchment, so he gets +3, so he's at 14. 9. No, he's done. Okay, the other unit. Oh, he rolled 2 1s. So he's going to take a hit. Suppressed, so he can't return fire. Now, he could have returned fire before, well, both of them have to take hits first, I guess. Yeah. So he can't return fire. This unit here only has a range of 2. This unit could fire. So we could have this tank here can fire. They're going to have to fire 8s. They have a range. They only have a range of 4 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they would be rolling 6s. Plus the units in an entrenchment. So they're going to have a strength of 15. Go ahead. Okay, so they rolled a 9. And rolled a 15. So 15 is 30. 12 and 9 is only 21. So plus he's going to be spent because the 3 is less than his rate of fire, which is 4. Okay, next. This unit's done. This unit is going to fire here. He's got a range of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We use another card. Put it out here. So, rolling 10s. Hindrance is 2. He rolled a 6. So 6, that's only 16. And he's going to have a cover of, 14? So no effect. He can't fire back. Okay, then we have this Grenadier unit's firing here. Range 1, 2, 3. Hindrance of 2. He rolled a 10. Okay. All right, and so he's got 14, and he rolled 14. That's 28. Okay. So no effect. This tank could return fire, but he wants to save it for this Tiger. This T-34 could return fire, but he's saving it. All right, then we've got Grenadier unit there beside. He gets to go to 12s. Rid of that. All right, so he rolled a 10 and a 2. Well, the 2 is going to be the hindrance, so his shot is lost. And that unit can't fire back. The T-34 could. This unit here can fire. This rifle unit, he'll fire this Grenadier unit here. So, and he can use a card. 1, 2, 3. He'll use a card to give him extended range. He's got the L special ability. So, okay. Hindrance 2. He rolled a 13. A 7 and a 6. Okay. Defense is +1, so he's at 13. And he rolled 13, that's 26. So, no effect. All right, so now we move to the Tiger. He gets roll 12s. He rolled a 12 and a 1, so it's lost. And the T-34 can fire back, and he's going to use this card to give you APCR ammo. So he gets to add 8 because he's adjacent. I can show that again. All right, so with the APCR, range of 1 plus 8. All right, so he gets plus 8. So now he's at 20. Plus he's rolling 12s against 10s. All right, so he rolled, I think he got a hit here. All right, so he rolled 22 plus 8 is 30. So he's at 42. And the defense is at 10. So that's 37. So yeah, that's a hit. Can he knock it out? And he stunned it. So he's stunned. All right. We've got one more here. He's going to fire at this rifle unit here. All right. So, he's adjacent. Innards of 2. All right, so he rolled a 17, an 8 and a 9. Okay. Defense rolled a 7. So he's destroyed. This rifle unit. Flip him over. Okay. And then the last cube will go with the Soviets. This is at 11, so it'll come down to 1, and they just have to decide how they're going to use it. They don't have any more cards, so I think they might take cards, and that'll be it. Then we'll be moving on to the next turn. So let's take the cards. We got a medium battery. Medium battery. Counter battery. And then a light mortar, which they're going to use for the APCR ammo for their tanks, for that tank. So each, well, they've actually got 234 T-34 counters left. And so now we have to go over to the right here. So draw event, so we can decide on special event. Okay, and the special event is reserves. Okay, reserves. So let's see what reserves is all about. Okay, the player with initiative may receive an immediate reinforcement unit. The new unit must have the exact same name and size, squad or platoon, as a unit pictured in the scenario being played. The cost of acquiring the unit is X initiative, where X equals the unit's HE firepower plus AP firepower. If purchased, the reinforcement unit is placed in the same hex as any friendly command marker that was on the map the moment this chit was drawn. His opponent may then do the same. So, if the Soviets decide to get a reinforcement, then the Germans can do the same. They don't want to do that. The Soviets don't want to do the reinforcement because if they bring in, say, another T-34 squad counter, then the Germans are going to bring in a Tiger, and we don't want that. So, okay, next, advance the turn marker. So now we're at 11. Make 2D10 sudden death roll. We don't have to do that yet. Remove all smoke markers. No, we don't have that. Player with the active and sniper conducts the sniper activity. So, let's see, who has the sniper? Well, I guess the Germans do. The scenario started with, let's see, the sniper was with the Soviets, but the Germans flipped it, I believe. So let's see, the Soviets, and I may be wrong, but so the Soviets have 2 markers. Nope. Rolled a 7. So move markers in pending command. So the Soviets are going to get, they have a mission control available now down there. I just moved it. It was here. And the Germans don't have any. So next, move active tactical markers to pending command. And so we do have, right here's, we got 1 German goes to pending command. And we've got another one back here. So that's 2. The Soviets don't have any. Okay. Now the ones that are mission control go to tactical. So they get flipped over. Okay. Set up any reinforcements, and then we reseed the order matrix. So here we go with the order matrix. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, 1 and 8. 7 and 10. 7 and 9. 6 and 2. That was a 6. 6 and 6. No 5, 4, or 3 in this one. All right, so that ends turn 10, and so we'll be moving on to turn 11.